Hey, so today I'm going to be talking about Sigma brushes and if they are worth the purchase. They are quite a lot of money, not as much as say a brand like MAC, and in my opinion they are better quality. So I just wanted to show you what they have available, what I have, what my thoughts and opinions are on the brushes, just to give you a little bit more information before you go ahead and buy them. So I'm just going to jump straight in because this video is going to be very long. So I invested, but only invested because this comes with so many brushes, so it was quite a high price. I got the Sigma Premium Professional Kit. Literally comes in a book. So open it up. On the first page, you've just got 3 face brushes, and then 3 eye brushes and a lip brush. And then on the other page, you've got more eye brushes there and more face brushes there. This set is $217, which converted to about £170. And Sigma at the moment have an offer on. If you spend over $30, you get a free product of your choice. Now, they don't specialise in just makeup brushes anymore, they also do makeup. So I had the option to choose between eyeshadows, primers, that sort of thing, and also the best selling brush that they have, the Sigma Small Angle E65 in miniature. So just open this up. It's a eyeliner brush, and that's what it looks like. And this kit, the premium kit, doesn't come with this brush, so I thought that was really good that I could get it for free with my purchase. Sigma promises that these brushes are unique, versatile and the perfect addition to your makeup brush collection. So about 6 months ago I bought the Sigma F80 flat top kabuki brush, and you've probably heard of this all over YouTube. This is what it looks like if you don't know. And this has for me replaced the way that I do foundation. I'll just talk about this one first because this is the #1 brush that I think you should buy because it is amazing at applying foundation. It creates such a flawless, effortless finish. So this one here is the standard foundation brush. See that? This one's from Clinique and they are still out there as foundation brushes. This brush leaves you with streaks and you can't get into areas such as the nose here or around the lips as well, and you have to sort of buff it out really well and go over it with another soft brush, for example this, to buff it all out and to make it flawless. Whereas if you just go in with your foundation on the back of your hand and do just this and move it around and apply it straight onto the face, you'll find yourself, you can get everywhere that you want to. Foundation goes on so well. So yeah, they do look really different, obviously. They look really scarily different. And I wish companies would get rid of this one altogether because you do not need that. It sort of works, but to be honest, your fingers do a better job than that brush. So this is the #1 Sigma brush you need. So I'll go into obviously more detail with the premium kit, but before I do, the second brush that I think you really need is the Tapered Blending E40 brush. The kit does not come with this brush, and I think it's because this is also one of Sigma's best-selling brushes. So they don't want to put this in the kit because they want you to buy it separately, which is what exactly I did. It's a brush for buffing out your eyeshadow to use to apply your transition colour for when you're doing shadow. You can get right in there and it's very dense and it moves around so lovely. It's gonna really buff the colour in without leaving you with any harsh lines. Okay, so this brush was $16. The Kabuki is $24 and this was $14. So they are the 3 that I bought that the Sigma Premium Kit doesn't come with, and I think that you really need. First of all, actually, let me just emphasise how much I needed new brushes. This is currently what I keep my brushes in, but my natural hairbrush is a mess. That colour is stuck in and the hairs are all over the place. I don't even know where those are. They're probably in the bottom. You know brushes that you just collect over time and you have no idea really where they come from, but you just have them and you end up using them every day and you're like, why have I used these brushes all my life? Look, can you see in there in there is just loose ends of brushes. Look at that. Okay, so what are we on now? Number 4. The 4th brush that I think you need in your kit is small eyeliner E10. Looks like so. It's tiny. Yeah, this is just a liquid or gel eyeliner brush. So you can get right along that top lash line there or the bottom one there, really precisely. I prefer honestly to use that one for this because I think this one, because the hairs are slightly longer and it's more flimsy, it's harder to apply the eyeliner. So I'll be using this one, but this could be good for really getting in there on the inner corners for it because that I struggle with. Okay, next is the E15 Flat Definer brush, and it looks like this, and this can be used for just getting down there with some eyeshadow on your lower lash line, and you just buff that out with this and it will do the job. Next is the short shaded brush, the E20. Looks like this. This one I initially didn't really understand what it was for, but it is for applying eyeshadow in a certain place on your eye. For example, it can get there in the centre of your eye or the outer corner, or it can be used for buffing out your lower lash line, the shadow down there. Next is the E25, the blending brush. So this is a natural hair brush, and this will be replacing that for me. And oh my gosh, can you see the difference? This is such better quality, it's soft. This is very coarse, and when you're going over trying to blend out, this can make your eyes sort of itch and hurt because it is too harsh. Okay, next is the taper blending brush, the E35. Now this is just a larger version of the E25, the E25, E35. So for this brush, it says if you use it, the effect will be defined but blended. So this will be used for controlled blending out of the shade onto your eyelid. And to get an extra blended effect, you just use the very tip of this into the eyeshadow and apply it straight onto the eyelid, buffing it out really well, so it's going to make everything more blended. Honestly, I can't wait because I've been putting up with awful brushes for so long, and I'm so excited that I finally got this. Okay, next is the small taper blending brush, the E45. You open it, so it just looks like that. You can see the end of it is like a dome shape, and it is slightly smaller than the E40 there that I showed you before. This is the E40 that I bought separately, and this is the E45. The E45 is used in the exact way that the E35 is used. Just pick up colours using the tip of the brush and then apply it straight onto the lid, and it will blend out really, really well. Okay, so the final of the eye brushes is the Large Fluff E50. That is what it looks like. It is quite big if you compare it to something like the E25. It's a strange looking eye brush, and to be honest, I was even more confused by the description. It says E50 Large Fluff Controlled Highlighting. Apply highlighting shades onto the brow bone or upper cheekbone. Gives a soft and blended finish. And in my opinion, that should be a face brush. And the kit comes with 2 other highlighter brushes, so I'm a bit confused as to why that is in there or counts as a highlighter brush. Personally, to get onto the brow bone, I'd use a much smaller brush because this is, you know, that's too big. My friend is FaceTime right now. Hi! I'm filming a video. So officially onto face brushes now. The next one is the F10, the Powder Blush Brush. That's what it looks like, so yeah. So it's, yeah, used for powder application. It's perfect size, obviously, just getting in there, just doing the blush. This could be used for highlight as well, and probably, yeah, all over powder, that sort of thing. Okay, next is the Duo Fiber Powder Blush Brush, the F15. Looks like this, so it's a duo fiber brush, which basically means it's a natural hair on top, so it is going to soak up more product than a synthetic hairbrush would. So if you're afraid of applying too much on, then this is the brush that you should use for that. This is going to replace this one. It doesn't even have a handle. God knows where that is, and it has been permanently dyed pink, and it's rough again, it's interfering with my skin constantly. I have very sensitive skin, so this will hopefully work a treat. This one is the most exciting brush to me because it is massive. It's the F20 Large Powder Brush. It is huge, and it is so soft, honestly. This is going to be used for bronzing or extreme contouring, because sometimes I don't like to get a tiny contour line. I like to dust the brush in and apply it like I would bronzer. Gives a really similar effect. That's how I like to do it. And using the flat side, you can see it is quite narrow compared to that. It's quite narrow. So it says here, use the flat side for definition and control. Next one is the F25, the Tapered Face Brush. Now to me this just looks like a larger version of a brush you'd use to highlight onto your cheekbones. So this can be used to apply brush, contour or bronzer onto the cheekbones and onto the temples here and around this area. The point makes it very precise. This is the F35, the Tapered Highlighter Brush. It is just a smaller version of the Tapered Face Brush. And this brush I've been really keen to get because I have been applying highlight with my fingers, which does do the job, but this will really soften it and you can apply it directly onto there very precisely. Okay, next is the F65, the Large Concealer Brush. Looks like that, and it is quite large, but again with the dome-shaped end will be really precise, so I know exactly where I'm going to use this. When I apply the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, at the moment I again have been using my two fingers and had to go like this all the way out. Now this brush will save that. I can get right in there, bring it down and blend it out with this. And next is another concealer brush, a smaller one in F75. So yes, it is smaller than the large concealer brush. This would be perfect if you want to enhance your lips, so go around the outer area of your lips with some concealer. When I'm defining my brows sometimes I like to use concealer on the top and I just blend it out, normally using my old flat shader brush or one like this. But this will do the job a lot better. So that is all of the face and eye brushes that come in the premium kit. The last thing is the lip brush. Now I've never used a lip brush before. I don't really understand necessarily why you would want to use a lip brush except when you're applying something like lip gloss onto a client or another person. So this is what it looks like. It comes in this metal tube, I assume for protection, and it's just a tiny brush, and this is the LO5 lip brush. So yeah, I know I won't use this unless I'm doing makeup on other people, but I suppose it's handy that it has it. So the Sigma brushes tend to start off at about $16. So I managed to get 15 for a grand total of $217, which is a saving. So in theory I got a few extra brushes on top of what I bought, as if I were to buy the brushes separately I would have paid more than I did for the kit, if that makes sense. Okay, so Sigma's best-selling eye brushes that come with this kit are these three. So it's the E25, the blending brush, the E45, the small taper blending brush, and the E15, the flat definer brush. So they come with it, which is brilliant, obviously. The best-selling eye brush is this one, the the Sigma Angle E65 brush, which I got for free with this order. And the Sigma best-selling face brushes that come with the premium kit are these two, the tapered highlighter, the F35, and the powder slash blush brush, the F10. And the other best-selling brush that I have is obviously the Kabuki. Yes, so those three brushes are one of Sigma's best-selling. If you wanted, you could invest in the Sigma Complete Kit collection, which gives you 29 brushes for $417. It's a lot of money, and I couldn't justify getting that when I think that everything that you need is in the premium kit. Unless you're professional, I don't think you'd need any more. So that is everything that I can think to say about Sigma brushes. One thing extra that I will say is my first thought when it came to makeup brushes was, oh, MAC. So I went into MAC and I asked, and they don't sell the brushes in sets, they only sell them individually. And I said I'm looking to spend around £150, and she said, well, for £150, she said, the sales assistant said, you can get these 7 brushes for that. And she had them in her little black wraparound pocket thing that they keep them all in, so they're handy. 7 brushes for £150 was too much. These brushes are half the price of MAC. So although yes, it was an investment, MAC would have been worse, and they're better quality. In my opinion, I have seen MAC brushes, I've seen people who've had them, they fall apart, they're quite coarse. These are gorgeous and soft, and they will last. The box that it came in provided me with this little envelope here, just with a few sort of instruction manuals and advice on how to care for your brushes. So how to wash them, how to store them, that sort of thing, which is obviously really handy. I just feel that Sigma really care for their brushes, if that makes sense. That is everything that I want to say. If you have any questions, please write them down below and I will reply to them. Other than that, that is it. So I hope that this helped you, and I'll see you again soon with another video. Bye.